What's going on, dudes and Foxy Dudettes? Now, I know content creation is a hot topic right now. Everybody wants to try to start. I'm going to give you some tips that's going to make your content stand out from the next guys. So stay tuned. So the most important thing in content creation is your hook, your idea, getting your audience to watch your stuff. Production value comes second. I'm going to assume that you have your hook and your audience. We're going to talk about production value today. It's that next step that's going to make you stand out than the other guy that's just using their cell phone, which there's nothing wrong with using your cell phone at first, but once you are in the game for a little bit, you should be progressing and getting better equipment, because the most important thing in video, in online video, is audio, visual, lighting, stabilization. We're going to touch on a little bit of all those today. So audio, people need to hear you. If somebody is watching your video and they can't hear you, they're going to turn away. It doesn't matter if you have the best visuals, the best effects. If somebody can't hear what you're saying, you've lost them. They're moving on. That's why that is one of the first things you should invest in. It really is. I invested in the Rode Wireless Go 2. It is a great microphone. Now, what's cool about it is it works with your cell phone, it works with your camera. They are coming out with a more advanced version of this, the Wireless Pro, I believe it's called. But this is still a great mic set, and it's probably going to come down in price, so you might want to keep an eye on it. But how it works is, in the middle right here, you have got your receiver, and then you got two transmitters. So you could use this for yourself and talk into it, and it transmits wirelessly into your recording device, and your audio will be baked into your video. If you have a guest, they can use the other one, and you can do it interview style or however you please. There's a whole bunch of settings and such that you can use this for, and or I should say that you can use to increase your audio, increase the gain. They have a great setting now where if you use their software, Rode's software I should say, you can just pick your camera out and it'll adjust the gain right away. Great audio. It is a little pricey, but you want to invest in audio because audio is the most important part of your video. Next up on this list is visual. Now, a lot of people use a cell phone when they first start off, and that's great, but nothing beats a regular camera in my personal opinion. You know, a cell phone is probably going to be easier to use, but at the same time, so many people don't know how to use their cell phone camera properly anyway. How many times have you watched a video on TikTok or Instagram and the person is reversed? Their shirts are like, it's like a mirror image. They don't know that there's a setting that they can change that will flip that around so their viewer won't see that. It blows my mind that a lot of people don't know that. But you know, you're gonna get a much better picture out of your regular camera than you will with a cell phone. So I highly recommend looking at a camera, and it doesn't have to be like the latest and greatest camera, although you probably, if you have the budget, go for what you can afford, but some older cameras work just as well. I use the Canon M50 for this channel and it works perfectly. Lighting is one of those things that is super important. You know, a good light, or a good light source I should say, will make even the worst camera look better. I recommend you guys go with a softbox. Lighting is something that you want to invest in. It's one of those things that if you put the money into it, you're not going to need to buy more or replace it or upgrade it later on. A softbox is perfect. As a key light, you'll get good soft light on your face. It diffuses the light and it makes you look better. I use a pair of LED panels when I'm shooting here at my desk. You can't go wrong with a good lighting setup. We'll have all the stuff that we talk about today listed down in the description. It'll take you over to Amazon and you'll get a good price for it. And last, we got stabilization. Stabilization is super important. There's a few different pieces that will benefit your kit. A tripod invest the money in a tripod. It's just like the lighting and the microphone. You know, the more you invest, it's not something you're going to need to upgrade later on. I recommend getting something with a fluid head so you have easier way to pan and tilt. But if you don't, you know, I used like a $10 tripod from Best Buy for a long time, and it served me very well. I've recently invested in a few more different pieces. A monopod is one of the things I've gotten, just because it allows me to film in tight spaces. I can, you know, just mount it and either hold on to it, which is something you really should do with a monopod, is hold on to it. But if it's low enough, if you have it at a low angle, you can let it go and just, it'll serve its purpose. It won't tip over. But if you're using a heavier camera and you're having it up high, you definitely want to hold on to it. And a quick tip, if you're going to do talking head videos like this would be a talking head video. You want to make sure that your tripod is up just a little bit above eye level, and you want the camera looking down at you. You don't want your camera down and you looking down at the camera, because that sends a subliminal message to your viewer that you're looking down on them. You don't want that. You always want to be kind of like looking up at them and talking to them like a person, because nobody likes to be talked down to. Now, this last tip doesn't fall under AVLS, but you should consider getting a teleprompter. You know, when I thought of teleprompters, I thought that they were like really expensive and big, you know, really big equipment. But my friends over at Leventi sent me over a teleprompter to try, and you know, it was small enough that I could read read my script. I could get out my bullet points. It was perfect. I didn't have to, you know, think off the cuff, which you really shouldn't. You really should have at least some bullet points, which I try to do. Most of the time I do talk off the cuff, but I've gotten into the habit of writing a script and having it before me so I don't sound like an idiot. So if you want to have your thoughts together, definitely prepare. Make a script, use a Leventi teleprompter. Works perfectly. It has a foot pedal, so it'll go at the speed that you want it to. It won't just, it's not like a karaoke machine where it's just reading, or, you know, it's just like showing your text and it's going by really fast. You control the pace. It's small, lightweight, doesn't take up a lot of room. It really is a benefit for content creators. So again, everything that we talked about today is going to be listed down below. If you're looking to get into content creation, this is the stuff to get. It will, you know, it'll take you up a notch. It'll make you stand out from other content creators that are just, you know, using their cell phone and not thinking about, you know, the lighting and the audio. Can anybody hear me? You know, how's my picture quality? Just those little things will have you standing above the rest. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the social media things. Help me fight the YouTube algorithm. Ring the bell. And be sure to check out the wellroundeddude.com. Dude15 will save you 15% off your total purchase. And we have a podcast. Be sure to check out the podcast. You can check it out at the website or wherever you get your podcasts. And with that being said, we will see you next time. Also, too, most of the store, the online store, you can see down here. If you just, you know, scroll up a little bit, and you can see that I got some cool stuff that's available in the store. So we will see you next time. Take care, guys. And if you are a content creator, good luck to you. Perseverance, consistency, those are important too, not just your production value. So take care, guys. Peace.